Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
I need some money, and I need it right now.
This episode is going to be called Breaking the Bank, or Breaks the Bank, so to speak. Now, I've heard a little bird tweeting some tall tales about me, and let me tell you, it's more comedy than facts. I mean, whoever said no press is bad press definitely got a good point. Truly, they do. So I've been rumored that I've been pulling some Houdini tricks, yeah? Apparently I got some Ursula type of voodoo going on, taking people's voices and whatnot. And I didn't realize I was auditioning for a role in The Little Mermaid sequel. But hey, Hollywood, if you're listening, I'm available. Now, I know what you're thinking. If I was that good, why aren't I just like singing like Beyonce in the shower? Trust me, folks. If I had such the powers, I'd be dropping beats like Kanye West and rapping over some type of rants. But here I am, sounding like a glitched voice assistant on an old phone. Who was the thought of that, huh? Anyway, about these allegations, well, they're as real as Bigfoot's holiday snaps, folks. But I guess in a world where we're making rhinos fly with a bit of code, anything seems possible, right? Right? Now, let's address our invisible friend, our dear, well, let's call him Uncle Tom. Now, for those who are not familiar with the term, it's an outdated derogatory term used to describe someone who is subservient to the oppressive powers, so to speak. So what our dear friend has done to earn this title, shall we ask? Well, let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? Remember Novatech? You remember Novatech? Yeah. Our friend was there, leading the charge, guiding everyone onto that sinking ship while pocketing a nice little commission check. But hey, when the ship started to shrink, what did he say? Well, he said, you gotta do your own due diligence, because suddenly it was everyone for themselves. Now, I don't know about you, but that's some top level stitching right there. Some top level Uncle Tom shit. I mean, I've heard of influencers, but this guy, he's the influencer of influencers. The master snitch. For real. If the Olympics had a snitching event, he'd be the glory of all times. Seriously. and it's funny. Excuse me, shit. Some good weed. Where I was saying, it's funny because when everything is sunny and profits and everything's rolling in all nice and dandy, everyone's your best friend. But when the tides turn, suddenly you're swimming with the fishes. Am I right? Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's time we get a little bit more real. Start talking and thinking of ourselves instead of letting these Uncle Toms do the thinking for us. Now, there's this guy, Lee, who allegedly has a big scam going on. But hey, we caught up to him. We did what had to be done. We protected ourselves, and more importantly, we protected the community, and I'm gonna tell you how. Now, I don't want to get into the details, but our emotional friend here, yes, emotional friend, let's just say he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And this goes to show folks, investing isn't about heart and emotions. It's about a cold, hard logic and analytics. It's about making smart decisions and not letting our feelings cloud our judgment. Let's dive deeper, shall we? There was a character named Lee, a real villain in this space, a real piece of if you will. Lee was a puppeteer, pulling strings from the shadowy consumers of DeFi, leaving a trail of disaster in his wake. He was running an operation so slick, even seasoned investors got caught in his snare. Well, then we came in. Yeah, that's right. That's when we came in behind the scenes where we started tracking Lee's every fucking movement. Understanding the game, understanding essentially everything behind the scenes that we did not broadcast. It didn't make the speckle, it didn't make the YouTube. We took it upon ourselves to drain his operation before he could drain your fucking pockets. Let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a moment here to reflect on a dark unbelly of DeFi, right? We're talking about a space that's so wild as the old Wild West. There's no sheriffs, no judges. It's every investor for their fucking selves. So our dawn is to, our situation here is quite unique. But it's a double-edged sword. You know why? Why? I'm gonna tell you why. We have a vigilant, degenerate, we have smart contracts, we have all types of shit in this space. Now, it's easy to play the blame game when things go south. But let's take the objectivity, okay? Our Uncle Tom friend might be quick to point the fingers. But what was going on when Lee was running all Rampart, collecting his commissions and turning a blind eye? That's what I see. Just imagine if he was the president. Before the intelligence agencies could make the sense of a top secret file, he could be all over the internet. Heck, there wouldn't even be a fucking top secret. It could be trending on Twitter. Now let's switch gears and talk about investing the low-key way. The essence of low-key approach to DeFi is simple. Knowledge is fucking power. The more you understand about DeFi and its mechanisms, its potential pitfalls, and its potential rewards, the better you can navigate these choppy waters. As simple as that. Start by understanding the concept of smart contracts, the backbone of DeFi platforms. They're just like traditional contracts, but the twist, they execute themselves when certainly predefined conditions are met. Now, the code of these contracts is transparent and can be viewed by anyone. But here's the catch. You need to understand the code to decipher it. So the first rule of DeFi Club, right? Learn to read smart contract code or get someone else who can. Now, how does this entwine into this whole story? Where am I leading you guys with this? Well, I got you. Then there's the question of due diligence. You want to buy a car without test drive, a horse without inspection, right? The same principle applies to DeFi research. Cross-verify, understand the mechanics. The team behind the platform, the roadmap, ask questions. What problems does the platform solve? What is unique about this specific proposition, this specific platform? And what are the potential risks? Now, here is the good news. With Low-Key, we bring you transparency, solid mechanics, and a dedicated team and a clear roadmap. But don't just take my word for it. Do your due diligence. Ask questions. Remember, your investments is your responsibility. It truly is. And lastly, diversify. Don't pull all your eggs in one basket. Don't. Because if the basket breaks, you're left with a mess. Simple as that. Spread your investments across different platforms and assets. This way, if one platform doesn't perform as expected, you have others to fall back on. The simple rule of diversification. It's going back to simple basics, y'all. So, there you have it, folks. Investing the low-key way. It's not about riding the waves of blindfolded. It's about understanding the concurrent, spotting, find sharks, and making informed decisions. So buckle up. Put your fucking driving gear on, guys. And let's drive in this deep and deep water. This DeFi deep and deep water. For real, bro. And remember, in this world, the only person you can truly rely on is your motherfucking self. That's it. That's it. Shit. So let's do this the smart way. Now, let me tell you something about the dark web and how it interweaves with the world of DeFi. It's unchance-signed place. It's often, equated to underbelly of internet or a haven of unsuspicious or suspicious activities. It's like a black alley where the shady deals happen. But the thing is, just like any tool, it's not inherently bad. It's the use that defines its character. In the context of DeFi, the dark, it can be used to keep your transactions anonymous, to protect your identity. In a world increasingly involved with privacy, it can really mean a difference between saying or staying under the radar or becoming a target. Take one to know one, fellas and ladies. But it's also where some scams happen, where villains like Lee could thrive and they could use the anonymity to their advantage, vanishing into thin air when the heat is on. So the same shield that could protect you could also be your downfall if you're not cautious. Now, that brings us back to our friend and the influencer. See, the thing with influencers is they have an audience, a platform. They can use that platform to be good, to educate, to guide, or we've seen they can use to lead people astray often for personal gain. I mean, just imagine having an Uncle Tom as a guide in the wild world of DeFi. His idea of dealing with looming crisis, do your own diligence. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious, for that groundbreaking advice. I truly appreciate it. But now let's imagine for a second our friend running for president. Can you picture the same state of a national security? The moment he gets wind of a confidential document and then bam! It's out there in the open. Probably even before the ink was even dry. One tweet and one entire cover operation against Lee would have flashed all the bad news. All over. The truth is, investing in DeFi requires tactics, a cool head, and a rational mind. It's not a place for the guided by emotions or swayed by every little rumor. It's a space for those who can navigate their own paths. Those who can recognize a Lee when they see one, and not just follow the herd. So, my fellow investors, friends, comrades, enemies, don't be swayed by every Uncle Tom that comes your way. Make your own choice, your own mistakes, your own successes. It's your journey to do so. So wear your scars and with pride your mistakes. And most importantly, keep forward, because at the end of the day, in this world of DeFi, you're the captain of your own ship. And that's all for that today. That's all that I really gotta say about that. Remember, when you swim with the big fish, you gotta learn to move like one. So stay savvy, stay smart, and most importantly, stay ahead of the game. Because in the ocean, it's swim or be swum. Good luck and see you out there on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. In conclusion, again, let me repeat this for y'all didn't get it. It's not about following a crowd. It's about doing your own research, finding what works for you, and protecting your own investment. What can I say? Just a black rabbit in this black hole, trying to bounce my way out. One last thing. Got word of the fact that I'm trying to be an AI developing son of a bitch. Well, what to say about that?
I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Feet. Flipping your fins and you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.